small shop owner has bought in the Santa or in any Raitu Bazaar.
एक ही जगह पे मिलके those type of plastics are known as thermosetting plastics. Comparison, there are 3 types:
up, down, right, left.
I am not inferior to anyone.
We are Clara. You are top on the average. Congratulations.
I want to be a leader.
Good afternoon, children. How are you? And with you your teachers also are there. First I would like to congratulate you that you have been chosen to take this challenge to write this NTSE examination. So, this afternoon, I would like to share some of things with you to face the NTSE examination. And you know, you have been chosen for this excellent competition, the toughest competition in the country, and you know, thus this 1 hour will focus mainly on how to prepare for NTSE, especially in language area. So, now children, you are here to face this challenge. More than 3 lakhs students are going to appear this examination for this year, and only there are 2000 scholarships are there, and you know this is the toughest one. You take it as a challenge, you can do this, I believe. And now, so how to prepare yourself to face this challenge? So, I hope you are taking these notes in your notebooks and you are with your teachers also, and teachers, please do support them to take the things in their notebooks. And here a well planned strategy is needed to face this examination, because at all the stages, in stage 1 and stage 2, stage 1 at our state level, you have to pass through this stage 1. For this also, this year a tremendous competition is there. So, you need to make the thing in a planned strategic way. So, you got very less time, only hardly 40 days left. Within these 40 days, you have to focus mainly on how to make the thing possible within a limited time. So, for that you need your teachers' support, your subject experts, your school teachers, you take their help, so that you can go to the next level. And how to do these all? So, you have to dedicate your full time for NTSE preparation. So, whatever you are busy with your summative examination and other school activities, but you have to spare much of your time, daytime, and even during the nights also you spare more time for the preparation of the NTSE examination. And you know, this examination is going to be conducted in the month of November. So, very hardly 35 to 40 days left, and you have to plan a timeline for this. So, how many days you are going to prepare for language area, and how many days you are going to do for other areas like math and other scholastic areas. And you know, if you do plan things in a systematic way, in a planned manner, that will make you, that will alert you the time, limited time will it is going to be remind you how to make the thing fast, so that you can face that challenge. And you can face everything, you can keep all your strengths, all your efforts to think about this preparation. And you know that syllabus, you know 10th class standard is needed, and you must go through the NTSE syllabus before you start preparation. And you 10th class syllabus, even in language also, the standard, what the area which they are going to test you based on the 10th class language standards. And you know, you have to do some strategy, you have to plan some revision strategy. Actually these 40 days you have to revise the things repeatedly, so that you can take that challenge before deadline, you can get ready to face that challenge. And you have to do something like, your NTSE as well as board examination for what you are preparing here in for 10th class, you can make use of preparation of the board exam to that NTSE examination also. So, how to do that? I will give you some hints, some clues, some support to you to do this. And first thing is, you have to determine your strengths, at what stage you are. So, how you are doing your way. So, you have to know where you are, so that you can start working to refine it, to enhance it. First you need to think about your strengths. So, your strengths are like what is the score, how much you can face that, how many marks you can score in that paper. These all you can do only by doing some previous model papers. You have to go through some previous model papers, and you must refer last year NTSE papers to know the preparation level. So, at what stage you are. If you want to know this, you have to do some practice test, and you have to give much weightage to each section. So, you know that language in this test is given as a quality, so only qualifying area, but still sometimes it will make some, it will judge your position, because sometimes some marks may become tie, like some equal marks some other children also will get. It is a competition. Then your language marks also are going to decide your place in the final test. And you know the test division also, there is a MAT test, that is mental ability test, and scholastic aptitude test is there. So, these all questions are in multiple choice. Only thing is, you have to choose the correct answer out of these 4 alternatives. You already are doing these things, I think so, I hope so. And next, you are the main preparation. If you want to really stand in the competition, if you want to come out with a with good result, you must focus on NCERT textbooks. So, students, please go through the textbooks, especially in social studies and even in language area, in mathematics also. Those books will help you to face this challenge. And one more thing, you have to remember, this exam, this test, you need not to confine only to the stage 1 preparation, it also should help you to go for the stage 2 preparation also. And so, now we will see how the marks and the timing is allotted. You know that mental ability 50 marks. So, you have to do 50 questions in 45 minutes, and in language test also 50 marks, 45 minutes, you have to score 50 out of marks. And even in science, mathematics and social studies, they all together will be for 100 marks. You have to do this within 90 minutes. So, the total score for these science, mathematics and social studies is 100 marks. Now, our area language test is for 50 marks, there will be 50 questions, you have to do these 50 marks within 45 minutes of time. So, now let us see how this language test we can do this. So, you have to, they will check, they will see your reading comprehension power, means ability. So, how well you can comprehend on a given reading text. So, they will check your reading area, and second thing is logical sequencing. If some events are given, some incidents are given from a given text, from given paragraph, you have to make them in an order. Sometimes you have to prepare one new paragraph by sequencing the sentences. For that you need to think logically, and say whatever you are doing for mental attitude also, that also will help you to decide this, and some other areas. So, those questions, your language questions will be on interpretative, evaluative, predicative and creative components of language. So, these all are generally applying the language in our daily life, like things will be there, and how speedily, how much, with how much speed you are applying the things, in what way you are taking the things, in what way you are analyzing the things, in what way you are grasping the thing, in what way you are comprehending the thing, these all will be tested in language test. So, children, be careful while you are judging some option or some answer, you must be know the thing thoroughly, then only you can go for the multiple answer, choosing that answer. Now, let us see how these, especially some NCERT in their website also, they have given you some of the areas where you can So, now we will see how the official website, what areas they kept for this test area. So, once you can have a look at it. Okay. Now, so same thing, even whatever the assigned syllabus for NTSE stage 1 at the state level, same almost all the same areas are there in the at the second stage also. So, you have to see this area where you can see this. I'll make it enlarge so that you can have a look at it. Okay. Here in the language test, generally we have some areas, again I will show you in slides also, you do not worry, if it is visible to you, you just follow it. Some reading comprehension area is there. So, one reading passage will be given, based on that some questions will be given, you have to read that passage, then you have to attempt. Just I am scrolling this content, you need not to worry about it, and sequencing the events. So, logical sequence, that is the second area, and the third area rearranging the words to form a correct sentence. So, this here in the stage 1 it is not given, but even though you should have the idea about it. And the next thing is, so supplying some alternatives, other words which are one word substitution like that words, even synonyms, opposite words, they all you have to work on those areas. So, in detail I will give you in another slides, just we will go through that. Okay. Now, here we will discuss about the previous year's question paper in language area, so that it will gives you some idea about your preparation. Now, let us see some of the things where you can work. Okay. Okay. Now, this is the language area. So, in this language area, so actually these are for 40 marks before in the previous year, last year, now it is 50 marks. Now, maybe the question number may be from 51 to 100 you can think, but the overall 50 questions will be there, and separate OMR sheet will be given to answer, to mark the answer in the OMR sheet. Now, we will see even this preparation for how to answer the question also will make a matter. For that you need to work on how to shade it, even you can do one OMR practice, so that it will help you to do that. And next thing is here, so some reading comprehension, the first area. Here question number 51 to 55, if you have any previous question paper with you, just go through that paper, so that you will get some direct experience with that. Already I think, I hope some of the papers are with you, just go through that. From question number 51 to 55 reading comprehension is given. Here just the length of the reading comprehension. So, what is the length of the reading comprehension? It is approximately around 5 to 6 sentences. So, it is not a lengthy one. So, you need not to worry, only 5 to 6 sentences are there, but the thing, see the questions, the passage gives the information about. So, students, generally you remember, when you are attempting for reading comprehension, you must know the overall central point of the reading area. So, every time whenever you are asked to write a reading comprehension question, definitely they will expect from you one central question, like based on the whole passage. So, what is the central point of that reading area? So, that you must judge what is given in that passage. So, what is the passage is about? So, when you start reading this, you must keep in your mind about which area this reading comprehension is given, and here the same question is given. So, you can go through the same question, you can ask your teachers to get this paper, previous paper. This is about the life in the Indian Ocean. So, see the question, the passage gives information about. So, just for what, regarding which information is given in this passage. Only if you read thoroughly the whole passage, then only you can able to attempt this question. And the answers also will be in similar, like you have to judge in a systematic way, so that then only you can choose the correct answer. More or less all the 4 alternatives are similar. So, you have to find out the life of the people near the Indian Ocean, first option. And remember children, whenever you are attempting 4 options, you can do one elimination like thing. 4 options will be there, in that 4 options whichever is not suitable, just you eliminate it. So, first option is not possible here, then go to the second answer. The reasons why life exists in particular water layers. So, this passage is about layers. So, where the life exists in this ocean. So, you can think about this option. And the third, reasons why oxygen is not found in the bottom layers, down layers. And the fourth option, the reasons why hydrogen sulfide is found in the bottom layers. So, remaining 3 answers, first option is you can eliminate it, remaining 3 are very close answers. In these 3 remaining close 3 answers, you have to judge, you have to decide which one is correct. So, that when will you get this type of thinking? Only when you read the passage thoroughly, and remember time is very less, within 45 minutes you have to do 50 marks, you have to attempt 50 questions, but how it is possible? And one more thing, in the complete language paper, reading comprehension occupies more than 50 to 60%, like up to 60%. And remember, if you do attempt all the reading comprehension questions, then easily you will get around 25 to 30 marks. So, these marks will decide your place for the competition. So, for that reason only you have to read by using some techniques which makes you to read the passage speedily, thoroughly. So, reading is not enough, while you are reading you have to comprehend the whole thing. So, for that reason, first if you want to attempt the reading comprehension area, first you have to read the questions first, you have to read the questions first. So, when you are doing reading comprehension, you have to read questions first. So, understanding a question will gives you half of the answer. So, it makes easy for you. So, first read all the questions under one passage. For example, from 51 to 55 there are 5 questions are given. First you read all the 5 questions, then you will come to know what about this passage, definitely you will get some idea. Then you start reading the passage briefly, briskly, you make it fast and you read once. After reading that, you go for question wise again, read the first question. If you again you start reading, wherever you get something like which are related to these 5 questions, you just underline it, underline the part which one is related to your question. So, that next time when you are making elimination something options, if you check again underline part for that particular question, you will get the answer directly. So, thing is you have to underline the related thing or mark the related thing which is related to the question. So, you must know the questions, you must know the reading overall idea, then it will become easy for you. You can spare like 1 to 2 minutes, 2 minutes maximum, 2 to 3 minutes maximum for reading the passage, then reading for questions it will take around 2 to 3 minutes. So, overall for one passage you can allot like 5 minutes for reading questions and reading passage, so that you will get some idea. Then in the second reading, underline some related thing, then go for the question, then pick that answer from the given passage and go for OMR sheet. So, this way you can do this, and even if you do OMR sheet at a time single stretch, instead of that you can like keep one dot or some your indicator for the answer or something like, so that all the 5 together you can do, you can bubble the OMR sheet, because time we have to see, we have to minimize the usage of time in attempting the questions. So, in this way from 51 to 55 questions, once you go through the questions, so in this way you have to continue doing this reading comprehension area. And second thing is same in the second passage also, like same passage is given. This passage is about you know that who is that, our character in our story textbook, Rip Van Winkle. So, about him this passage is given. And the third passage also, like continuously all the passage more or less sometimes we got that kind of experiences in our previous classes or somewhere, like even in our 10th class book. So, you might have gone through these known things only will come in this, you need not to worry about it. And moreover, if you check the questions, they are not asking beyond the paragraph, simply all the questions are based on particular passages only. So, you need not to think about beyond the thing, you need not to worry about it. So, if you go through all the questions, you will realize this, you can recall these things. And the second thing is, even third passage also, like it is like about an elephant. So, it is an elephant, how elephant live survives. So, there are some questions. So, if you check all the passages, first question or second question is based on the central point of the passage. If you understand this passage theme, passage central point, it will become easy for you to choose the correct answers, and you can do other questions also easily. And same thing, and even from if you check question number 62, 67 in the 2014 paper, 62, 67, there some events are missing, some incidents are missing in this paper. Actually, first sentence they will provide the first sentence, that is S1, sentence 1, they will give sentence 1, then S2 is missing, S3 is missing, S4 is missing, S5 they have given. So, first sentence, last sentence they gave. Only thing is remaining 3 sentences you have to decide. So, what are they? For these they will give some code like PQR like. So, in the options they will give you RQP, PQR, whichever the sequence they will give. If you check, first one is PQR, second one is RPQ, third one is QRP, fourth one is RQP. So, they may jumble it. Here you have to, here in this paper that events are missing, and generally they will give you the first sentence and the last sentence. In the middle sentences the statements will be given, but they are not in order, they will jumble the order that events. So, you have to choose, we have to find out what is the second sentence, what is the third sentence, what is the fourth sentences. So, that you have to choose the right option. This all you can do by going through the question paper, just you go through it and you do this practice, and there are number of exercises, activities are available. Even you can check the previous question papers, previous model papers, or any material which are available, like some material is with you, and you can, even you can take your teacher's help also. And in some of our textbooks, even in 6th to 9th textbook, even at the end of the unit also, some of the events are given, like sequencing the events. Even in your lesson also you can do this. And already in the beginning I told you that if you want to crack this thing, this exam, only you can do by doing more group activities and pair activities. You can take your friends' help and you can sit together, you can make some events from a story, and you ask them to just jumble that sequence, and you can do these challenge, you can exchange these challenges between you two, or you can plan in a group activity. So, that you will get some. And one more thing, already in the beginning I told, even your board exam also, if you thoroughly do concentrate reading comprehension area, whatever given in our reading examinations, even for summative exams, other exams, if you focus the way we are doing for reading comprehension, if you focus, if you make it up, if you do the repeated thing, same thing for this examination, so both at a time you can face your summative examination as well as you can do this NTSE also. And if you compare questions under reading comprehension, the summative examination questions what we are giving for 10th class board exams and other 9th class exams, those questions are their difficulty level little higher than these. So, if you do that practice, these questions will become easy. So, now you can plan in that way, you can choose some of the lesson from each class, like in the 8th class, 9th class, 10th class, you choose some stories or some reading areas, you work in that way. And more or less this sequencing the sentences also, logical ordering also, more or less it is related to our reading comprehension only, like passages only. And question number 68 to 74, 68 to 74 questions. So, from in that best option. So, it is like they will give you 4 options, in that you have to choose the which is the best option to fill the blank, and that is sometimes they will give you some context, some sentence they will provide. So, 4 options will be given, in that you have to choose. For example, Rani can use both of her hands equally well as she is. She can use both of her hands equally. So, what we call Rani then, having this kind of skill, what we call it? So, can we call it as fallacious, like, or ambitious, like ambidextrous or artistic? So, you have to do directly, if you will not get direct meaning, direct thing for this. Only thing is you have to come in a elimination way, like, So, it is not artistic, something which is related to dance, something like we can call it as artistic, and you know some ambitious. So, doing for particular purpose, doing for particular aim, for particular object, we can call it as ambitious. Instead of that, you can now answer between the fallacious and ambidextrous, between these two. So, now you have to choosy, you have to be choosing which answer. So, now if you go through, now what is fallacious? Like fallacious means something it is invalid like. So, these things you will get only by doing regular practice, and the last option, remaining option, you can go for it, which actually dictionary meaning what exactly it gives, that equally skillful with both the hands. So, this will help you. So, in this way if you do elimination, maybe you may struck at the at 2 level, like between 2 options, there you need to think more critically, and even 69 question and 70, 71, even you have to do element, even 71 question, the volcanic dash was the cause of great devastation. So, volcanic, what we call, can we call it as an outburst? When emotions are coming out, we can call it as outburst. Something like erosion, you know, in social studies, in geography, soil erosion, and even movement, when something moves in any way, like the vehicle moves, we move, that is not going to be the option. The only remaining thing, eruption, something blasting like erupted, eruption is the option. So, you can go for it. And the thing is, next if you see other areas like 74 questions, you can do regular hour, whatever we are doing for something close test, like anyway we are doing for summative examination, even you are doing for slip test. And one more, these all activities, most of them are given at the end of our textbook, regular textbook end. I will give that list also, where in which page you can practice these areas. I will give that list at next I will give that list also, and you can do in that way. And the next, the directions for question number 75, 78, 75 to 78. So, these questions are mainly for, you need to just contextualize the meaning for that phrase or idioms. So, you have to find out the contextual meaning for that given thing. So, it will be possible only if you understand the whole sentence, then only you can go for the meaning. Sometimes the meaning which is given in the dictionary, sometimes it may not suit to this context. So, you have to choose this answer in a wisely manner, like our school is within a stone's throw, our school is within the stone's throw of the railway station. So, what could be the answer? Now, see, very far away, within the stone's throw means it is not the far away thing, okay, that you can eliminate. Second thing, within certain radius, within limited area, like certain area. See, next option, at a short distance, and the last option, within a definite circumference, exact location from here to there, from class office room to class 10th, like specific destinations. So, last one you can eliminate. Now, answer is between the two, within certain radius and the within at a short distance. So, at the throw of a stone's throw means generally we can call it is very clear, very close to that. So, you can go for the option number 3, at a short distance. So, only this way you can eliminate other options, so that you can come to one conclusion. Same like even 78 till 78 you can have the same type of questions. These will you can do only if you have that regular practice of doing these type of activities. Already these activities, already many activities, exercises are there in our textbook, and students remember, you need not to go to any other material, something which are not related to your classroom. Already regular in your English classrooms, whatever you are doing at the end of each unit, that all the activities you can use for doing these activities. These questions, you can attempt these questions. If you do perfectly there with your friends help, with your teachers help, if you practice those areas will become easy for you. And the next 79 to 83, same like our close test. You know, already you are doing this close test in our regular slip test and this regular summative exam.